guys, so I know I've not really been about recently. It's been one of those couple of weeks where basically people were unwell. Lee ended up having a bit of time off work because he wasn't well. Thankfully he's better now, and actually I ended up being really unwell as well, and I couldn't take any time off due to deadlines and things like that, so I've just basically spent the evenings after work just coming home and sleeping because I've been really poorly. But that's all behind us now, and it's basically time to get booking different bits and pieces. So when you are staying off-site or on-site, Disney reservations for food open up 180 days before you travel. So if you're staying on-site, it's you can book, I think it is for the first 10 days. So say you are going on holiday on the 1st of July, basically 180 days before that, it will open up and you can book the first 10 days of your holiday. If you're staying off-site, which unfortunately we are, but that's better for us because it actually works out much better for us. You can have to book day by day. So we've managed to get a few bookings. Managed to get an Ohana breakfast booking, which I've done. You'll see a clip of that here. This is what happens while you are trying to book your first Disney dining. Please wait while we complete your request. Could be sitting here for a while. We also managed to do one of our really nice restaurants we love over there, which is the Boathouse. It's a little bit more expensive than some of the other restaurants, but actually they do really nice food. They do really nice seafood, really nice steak. Their children's menu is really good, so we've managed to book that, and I'm just about to try and book two of our other favourite restaurants at Disney Springs, which are House of Blues and T-Rex, so I will let you know how it goes. Okay, so it turns out when trying to book Disney restaurants that some of them are not available through the My Disney Experience app. Well, they are if you are travelling in parties of 8 or less. Obviously there are quite a few of us going on this trip, so actually it turns out that you have to ring Disney themselves to arrange this booking. So I've just spoken to Disney, very nice on the end of the phone. They're always very helpful. It turns out actually that with these two particular restaurants that want to book, being T-Rex and House of Blues, actually the restaurant's policies have changed, and for people of 9 or more in your party, you need to actually contact the restaurant direct now. So I asked their advice and said, like, when do I ring them? Will they be open now? It's currently 3:30 UK time, so, and they advised me actually to wait another hour, so I'm going to give them a call in about an hour's time and see how well we do with trying to book these two restaurants. We really hope that we manage to get these two restaurants, as these are our favourites, aren't they, Adam?
Yeah, T-Rex and House of Blues, isn't it?
Yeah. So absolutely love these restaurants. So what I will do is I will try them again in an hour, and I will keep you posted as to whether we manage to get a booking or not. So see you guys in a bit.
Bye.
So this is really good. The numbers that I have been given for the two restaurants come up as not being recognised. So it looks like it's going to be a lot of hard work for me to try and figure out how to ring these restaurants. So not so easy there, Disney. I want to book two restaurants for my holiday, and it's not as easy as you make it out to be. So do you know what, guys, if you're travelling with 8 people or less, I think it's fine, but for anything more than that, looks like you'll have to be doing your booking of restaurants once you get out there, which can honestly say in August is a pain, because what you then have to do is you actually have to go to the restaurants and you have to register to wait, and you're looking at sometimes up to a 2-hour wait. So at the moment looks like we won't be eating in those two restaurants, which is a shame because actually they are really good restaurants to eat in. So unless I can find a number and figure out how to contact the restaurants direct, looks like it will be either a no-go or a 2-hour wait when we are in Orlando. So a bit disappointing there. So while I was looking online to sort out the restaurants, I was also trying to sort out other bits and pieces. I like to be organised, and the problem is obviously a family travelling with somebody that has autism. It's quite difficult, so I like to make sure that we've got everything that we need to have. So it's a case of trying to research lots and lots of different things. So I was just looking up some of the disability access services, and actually I found something new. So Walt Disney have now got a new breakdown of their ride system, so I'm going to show you that now. Right, this is something that is new this year that we've noticed, is if you go onto the Disney website, they have got attraction details for people with cognitive disabilities, and what they do is they have a breakdown of all the different rides in their parks, and it's got whether it's got sense of smells, flashing lights, loud noises, any periods of darkness, bumps, if it's fast, if it lifts off the ground, if it's wet, any elements of surprise, which is great because it's got like sharp turns, sudden drops and loops, type of restraint used for anyone that is struggling with how they are restrained, and as well the amount of time it takes for the ride to do, and whether obviously that ride offers a fast pass plus service. So this is going to be really good information, which I'm probably going to print off and use this holiday. Obviously I know not everyone will use that information, but for us it's quite a useful tool because it can, on a tough day, which you know, while you're out there it can be quite tough, it just gives you a breakdown of exactly what rides there are, and if there are any surprises that you need to be warned about. So I think actually this is really good that Disney are now doing this, because it can make your trip a lot easier if you have to factor in any of these issues. So an important thing to remember when trying to book Disney restaurants is to get the dialing code right. So unfortunately Disney gave me the wrong dialing code. So after searching it up myself, managed to actually find the correct dialing code. So managed to book T-Rex, which is great, although unfortunately due to the party size being for 10 people, they can't seat us all together. So it will be 2 tables of 5, which actually is a little bit annoying, and as well they can't guarantee how close the tables will be together. So that's a case of wait and see when we get out there, which I'm not overly happy about, but I am happy about the fact that we've managed to book T-Rex. House of Blues, when I've tried to ring them, do not actually accept dining reservations more than 2 weeks in advance. So if you are a large party, you cannot actually book them the 180 days in advance, whereas obviously if you're a smaller party you can. So it's a bit of a catch-22 situation where actually that you've got to phone up 2 weeks prior to wanting to dine there if you are a larger party, which, you know, you run the risk of not actually being able to sit and eat there. So we shall see. That one is waiting in the wings for us to book at a later date. So I will let you know closer to the holiday how that goes. All in all, I can say that actually if it's a Disney restaurant, Disney run restaurant, it seems pretty easy to book. You've just got to give a credit card number as a reservation so that you can hold your table, whereas if it's not, it's a little bit more difficult. You would think that these restaurants being on Disney Springs, so being in Disney Springs and being on Disney property, would be easier to book, but actually turns out they are quite difficult to book. So, you know, it's something to consider when you are booking restaurants in advance for Disney. I would say that actually with Universal, when we go to restaurants there, we don't actually feel the need to book them in advance, because they are pretty easy, and the wait times do not seem to be as big. So when you go there to eat, actually you're seated pretty quickly in our experience. Obviously, let me know if that's not the case for you. But it does seem to be that we don't feel the need to book those, and we can just eat wherever we want to at City Walk. And there's a wide variety of restaurants. There are more there, I think, than there are actually at Disney Springs. And Disney Springs, I think, we've tried and tested a few restaurants, and actually it's only these ones that we really like down there. So obviously there are lots of other dining establishments over in Orlando, and lots of people choose to eat where they want to eat. So we will keep you posted when we get out there as to where we decide to go and eat. So all in all, a productive day trying to book restaurants, I suppose. We're now booked 3 out of the 4 that we wanted, so that's quite good. And we'll just have to wait and see for the others. So I hope you've enjoyed this little insight to what we've been up to, and we'll see you soon.